What in all God's creation are we doing? Stick around, find out. So I decided to make some of our own brackets for our traction bars, and you can see I use Inventor. You can see I've already modeled the saddle for the rear end as it's shown here. And so I designed from this point, I designed the side brackets, which were these here. And then I also designed these brackets here, or this support plate that goes on the outside. When you look at that, it ends up being something like this. So you make that kind of double thick and stronger. And this would be then, I would assemble these to this. And I think what I'll do is I will probably make a plate to go on the front also, just to make it that much more robust. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to create a new assembly. And what I'm going to do is the good old copy paste works on this. It's standard stuff. So I'm going to take this saddle, copy, paste, Control V goes in there, and I'm going to take the saddle bar bracket, and I'm going to Control C, Control V into the assembly. And you can see that, and I want two of them in there, so I'm going to Control V twice. And see that. And the way this stuff works is I already know that I want to be 1.5 inches in between these two plates, so I'm going to constrain these. I'm going to click here, and then I'm going to type 1.5 in here, and you can see that. And then I'm also going to constrain the edges so that they're perfectly lined up with each other. And I'll do that with this flush constraint in the front, same circle here. When I hit apply, you'll see those two align with each other. Now, let me just do the other side too, hold on. So you'll see these edges are lined up, but the bottom isn't. So what I'm going to do is constrain that also. There's multiple ways to constrain, and I'll do this just to have these surfaces right. And you can see now they're perfectly constrained, or I'll cancel that. You can also do it with one of the holes. So that would be with this constraint here, that center hole, you can see it's constrained again. So there's multiple ways to do that. I'm not going to do either of those. What I'm going to do is I'm going to constrain it to something else. Constrain this here to this, and apply this surface. You can see that. Now they're both constrained to that one surface. I don't like this view here. Perspective, orthographic, I don't like it. I'm going to go ahead and add shade with the edges. I like to see that better. Strain that again. Click E. There you go. And also, then I'm going to constrain this surface to here. So now they are constrained. They're not centered. You can see they move side to side, but I know my measurement on the outside. 0.875 from 4625 is, let's see, assemble, constrain, edge. And you can put math in here then too. 4.625 minus 1.875 divided by 2. And that will center it up. Bam. Okay. Then I'm going to go ahead and put the support into. I'm going to copy this. Back. Control V. Control V. I can see 2 of them. And I use a space mouse because it's a lot easier. You don't have a space mouse, you have to do all this kind of stuff, which really sucks. So this one is, I'm going to constrain it a different way. So I hit the constraint up here, and then this here, which is insert. So what I do is I grab this inside edge and this outside edge, apply, and I can do the same thing to here. 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 Okay. And now they're perfectly constrained. I'm going to do the same thing with this one. Constrain. Constrain. Apply. Constrain. Constrain. Apply. Cancel. There we go. So that is the part that goes underneath the leaf spring. And I've already done brackets for the front, so these will go under the leaf spring perch. And I'm going to look at making the perch adjustable, where I have a couple holes for the front leaf spring eyelet also. So this would be if I was going to weld this on. I'm going to look at that and see if I want to do that. But I went ahead and made an entire assembly. So here you'll see I basically outlined, ghosted a tire and my leaf spring length, and I've constrained everything together. So basically this plane here is kind of like showing the pinion angle, and if I swing this around, this would be the passenger side. This is grounded here, if I move this, you can see what it does for the pinion angle. So what I'm trying to prevent is the pinion from diving upwards during acceleration. And I think that I can constrain these parts, or I can adjust these to get different reactions from the chassis. And so the first thing we're going to try and do is just what I showed you, which is this setup here, which I already have this part at home. So wanted to look at doing something on the front of these, and so open this up. I think what I want to do is put a couple tabs on here and make them key together so that it's just that much easier to weld. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Let's do that now. So I project geometry, so that's the edge I want to project from, and I'm going to use the perfect straight line. So you'll see there's a tangent into an arc here, and that's where the tangent connects. I'm going to use just the straight line, and I'm going to offset. I think I'm going to use like 125 thick, so I'll go 1.13 inch offset. And we'll close this up here, close this up here. I'm going to make this tangent to constrain it better. So when they're blue, you can see they're blue, it means they're perfectly constrained, or they're constrained in all 3 axes. But I don't want that cut to be all the way across there, so I'm going to go ahead and stick a couple oddball ones in here, and here. See how that was green? That means it was constrained to that line right there. But they're black. That means they're not fully constrained. What that means is I can drag those wherever I want. So I'm going to constrain these two. So we're going to go ahead and go here. We're going to go, I don't want metric. I'm going to go 0.26 inches. Maybe. Yeah, that'll work. And I'm going to do the same here. And I can duplicate that by just clicking on this measurement and it copies it there. So we're going to extrude this here and here, but instead of extruding out, what we're going to do, show it on another screen here, is we're going to cut, and we're going to cut all the way through the material. Okay. So now you see, since I've duplicated those, it's on both of those pieces. So let's go ahead and turn back. Now you can see there is a little cut, and I'm going to use that to do my piece here. Assemble. I'm going to create part, and I'm going to create it up from this surface. I'm going to draw on this plane. I'm going to start with a rectangle, and that one I'm going to make that one 0.125 inches. So I'm going to take that back. I'm going to go up here. I'm going to constrain it to a couple different surfaces. So I don't kind of mess this up. I should have constrained the other direction. I'm just going to delete that. And now I can constrain as I want. So I'll constrain for here. And apply. We'll constrain here to apply, and then edge here. So you can see I was kind of close. I've done this for a couple years. So what I'm going to do, click on that. I'll go back to my sketch, edit sketch, and I'm going to project the geometry of this side of the side bracket, and there it is. So what I'll do is I will then constrain them together. See that? Do the same thing over here. It already is. And I'm going to do down here, again, project geometry here, and constrain this, do that. Now it's a perfect square. Ooh. Do it to the top too. Project there. And constrain here. Doesn't like that. Except there. Let's go back in here. Edit sketch. Sometimes don't get it right. So let's project that again. Project geometry. There, there. There's sketch. Does not like something I'm doing here. Now let's just do it the old school way. Select to measure. There. There. Copy. Done. Stability. On that. Let's not make this not adaptive. Let's go ahead and edit sketch. be. $875. And now it's scrambling. There we go. Is that how I want it? I think. So get those cutouts. And again, we will 2 points on. We'll need on this here and here. I already know what the thicknesses are, so I'm not even going to try and project the geometry on that. So I know this needs to be 2.5. Same here. 2.5. So I can do that, right? Like I showed you before. This, and then this should be 0.188. Make it a little bit bigger. Let's go 0.2. And we'll extrude those, cut those parts away. I think that looks good. But anybody that knows me knows that I want to have holes and stuff. So let's do that. Size looks good there. Math, that times 2, and extrude through all. How does that look? Everything I want it to be. More. I want that a little bit bigger. Want them spread out a little bit. $2.5. I think I kind of like that better. I like that better. But I think I want to make a piece to come down here. Another inch, so let's do that. That, project geometry, go from here, there. I'm going to make that an inch, and I'm going to extrude that. So I'm going to grow that, but I'm going to grow to the surface. It's like this face, and there you go. Then I'll just bend that in. There. Let's make that bigger. Make that a little bit longer. Let's make that 1.5. Now, this makes me want to do something different. So let's do this. Let's do this extrusion. Let's go back in here, edit sketch. Let's make this one here just a little bit smaller. And then let's put another one here. It's a little smaller yet. 625. And the dimension from here, here, 1. Should be bigger. Doesn't have quite look right. 1.125. That looks better. I like that. That works. Yeah, that works. What if I can do the same thing? If I can take this and put it on the saddle. Same length. Except this time I think I might do, let's do something here. Manage, sign, look at that. Where is that assembly here? Here it is. Save and replace. Call it part 16. Yes. And I'm going to stick this one all the way, because this has a little cutout in it. I'm going to stick this one all the way in the end. We're going to do that by constraining this outside edge here. Apply. And then we're going to constrain on the outside edge here also. Surface, apply, and I have to be able to get to this edge, so I'm going to make this go away for just a little bit. I'm going to constrain this edge here. Ooh, it doesn't like that. About constrain this to, there we go. Like that. I could go another 3/4 of an inch. Maybe. Maybe another 1/2 inch. Go back to that extrusion. Two inches. Yes. And I want to try something here. Let's try something here. I want to sketch text. Let's put a UD there. What's some interesting? That's only no. Let's go bigger than this. 240. Yeah, that might do it. That might do it. Never remember how to do this. So in a sketch. So I played with it for a little bit. That was the original. I played with it and I ended up making that, which I think is kind of cool. The BucketList Mob. And in the assembly, I think it'd be kind of cool too. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna do that or not, because it's supposed to be an old gasser that kind of looks like military or something, doesn't it? Like, it could be. Didn't really have that kind of stuff in the 60s, but I think it's cool nonetheless. So I'll keep playing with it. We'll make some tweaks and changes here, and then I'm gonna go home and I'll measure that leaf spring perch, take it off the car, and get some measurements and see about drawing one of these up. So we'll get to her. I did want to share this. This is something I've seen commercials online, this company, and I thought I'd go and price all this stuff out. So you see I stuck our pieces parts in here, and this was something I was playing with. But I'll go ahead and if you go back and look at the card, look at the price of this. There's 8 of these for $41, or $5 a piece. Making your own. You can draw this stuff on your CAD, or you can go to their main page and let's see, where is it? Build a part. You can make a whole lot of stuff. All these mounts, shock mounts you want, gears, all these different shapes. That's where I was goofing off with that. I mean, look at the stuff they've got in here. It's crazy. Brackets, gears, basic. Pretty neat. Just thought I wanted to share that kind of stuff with you. But if I go back to my cart, 8 of these pieces there that are 104 thousandths thick for $41. 4 of these pieces for $40, $10 a piece. Less than $10 a piece for this one. Can you do that? Can you do this for $10? No, I can't. Just wanted to share that with you. I'll let you know when I order these and see what they look like when they come in. Hopefully I'm super impressed. Thanks.